I am so excited to share with y'all today. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to introduce Alicen Breaux. Alicen Breaux is actually one of our uplines, like kind of way up in the tree. And she was the first youngest Plexus ambassador to join. I think you went, or Diamond ambassador. I think you went Diamond and you were 25?
26. I had
26.
just turned, let's see. Yeah, 26.
So I just love her. I love her testimony, and I'm just going to go ahead and turn it over to her. She's going to share her testimony and some tips that she had along the some tips that she has for us that she's had along her journey. And then also feel free to ask questions in the chat, and at the end we'll open it up for a Q&A. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Angie, for inviting me to get on. So I'll give y'all the quick version of my story because I could probably sit here the entire time and just share with y'all, all the things of the way Plexus has changed my life, because it's changed my life in so many ways. My health, my finances, it's changed me as a person. I feel like I'm a better person today because of everything, because of my Plexus journey. But back in 2011, I started Plexus. I actually saw a post on Facebook, and it was from a girl I knew, and she was talking about Plexus. And this is beginning of April 2011. And so I knew her because she has a son, and I have a son, and they both have the same father. So that's how we kind of knew each other. So she made a post on Facebook about trying something called Pink Drink. She called it Pink Drink back then. And she wasn't even selling it. She was just saying, I'm trying this stuff and I hope it works, like yesterday. And so I kind of just watched, saw her post and didn't think nothing of it. And then like a couple weeks later, so around mid-April, she said, she made another post saying, okay, this stuff really works. I've lost, so many pounds in the last 2 weeks. And that's kind of when I paid attention, because I'm a results driven person. You try it first and let me see, and then I'll jump on board with you. So again, I reached out to her and I said, okay, I need to try this stuff. How do I get it? Well, she didn't even sell it. She wasn't an ambassador. It was actually her cousin that she got it from. So she sent me to her cousin, and her cousin came bring me some Plexus at work. I got a 14-day supply. So you have to think like this is way back, okay? 14-day supply. She brought me a little baggie. It had 14 days of Plexus Slim in it only. And so we didn't even have sample packs back then. There was no 7-day sample packs. But anyways, that's just a little side note. So I started the products, and of course I had high hopes, like, please let this stuff work. But then again, I didn't, because I had tried lots of different things for weight loss. I was overweight. I was unhappy. I was a broke single mom. I had tried stuff like diet pills from the doctor, stuff that, I would literally take this stuff and I couldn't even eat. Food would just grow in my mouth. So I had tried so many different things. So, but what was one more thing? What was it going to hurt? So I had a little bit around this time. So I say I was a broke single mom. And the only reason I had money to buy Plexus at that time was because I had just received a tax refund. April. So make sure y'all advertise hard around tax time. You never know who you'll bring in, right? So I had a little bit extra money from taxes. I bought this supply, and within the first week, I knew that I loved the product. That's one thing I knew from the first week of taking the product. I loved the product. I felt different. I knew I was putting something good in my body, and I was starting to feel like I was not as hungry. I don't know. I felt really good. And within my first couple weeks, I ended up losing about 7 pounds. So I tried this product. I like this product. I still have zero idea about this business at this time. My intentions for trying the product was literally just to try the product because I was so unhappy with myself. And I had just recently at that time gotten out of a relationship that I was in long-term with a severe drug addict and he had completely taken everything from me, like my confidence, my money, everything he had taken from me, everything I was working for. So I like the product. I go to my parents' house, sitting down for dinner, have really close family, and I start telling them about this stuff I'm taking. I'm taking this Plexus stuff, and I really like it, and still, again, have no idea about this business. And my dad looks at me, and he says, Alicen, that's that stuff that Gina Foray does, which Gina Foray is a diamond ambassador in our company. He says my dad happens to work with Gina's husband through a contract company. So he says, that's the stuff that she does. He says, and she made really good money. She made like $7,000 in her first 8 weeks of doing that business. You could really, why don't you do this as a business? You like the products. And of course, it's funny because my first reaction was, absolutely not. I am not, like, I don't have a lot of money. I'm working 2 jobs. I'm already struggling. I'm not going to gamble my money, was my exact words. I'm not going to gamble the little bit money I have to start this business that I have no idea anything about. And so that's when my dad kind of looked at me and said, Alicen, you have struggled, you work hard, let me help you do this. Like, let me financially help you do this. And so that's how I got started, y'all. My dad paid for me to sign up because I could not take the money. I could not risk taking the money out of my account to do this. And so I totally get it when people say they cannot afford to do this business. But I tell them you absolutely cannot afford not to do this business, because if I knew then what I know now, I would literally walk up and down every street and look for pennies on the side of the road to save up $34.95 to get to do this business now. So fast forward a little bit. Like I said, I was a single mom, just got out of a pretty bad relationship, working 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs to support my son on my own. My dad helps me sign up for Plexus. When I signed up, I had no sales experience. I didn't have a large group of friends. I didn't have a lot of confidence. And so I really didn't know what was going to happen with this business, but I never dreamed that it would turn into what it's turned in today. So I did what I knew how to do. I started telling people on Facebook. That's how I started my business. I made me up some flyers, went get some hot pink paper from the Office Depot because that's what I could afford, printed me up some flyers, put them everywhere as I could, and I started posting on Facebook and started reaching out to people because I knew that if I just shared with a couple people, they would cover my product and I could continue taking the product. And that was my intentions when I started. I remember getting my first check, guys, and this is from posting on Facebook and reaching out to people. I remember getting my first check and thinking, wow, this could cover my water bill. And to somebody in the situation that I was in, cover my water bill was like winning the lottery because it took a little bit stress off of me. One less bill I had to stress about, right? So that's kind of when I saw the Plexus light and thought, I like these products. If I could just tell people about them, then maybe it could turn into helping me cover my bills. I can cover my product, I can cover my bills. And that's exactly what it did. Month after month, it helped me to cover an extra bill. It helped me to pay off the 5 credit cards that I had maxed out because that's how we were getting by. I would max out a credit card, and then I would look online for my next application to apply for another one. And that's how I was getting by. And this wasn't fun money. This wasn't shoe shopping. This wasn't none of that. This was, buying groceries because I fell in the gap of you don't make enough to pay your bills, but you make too much to get assistance from the state. That's the gap that I fell in. So I'm like, I even went to try to get help one time and a lady looked at me and said, well, you make too much money. And I'm like, well, here's my bills. My bills are not even covered by my check. And she says, well, car insurance is a luxury. And I'm like, what? If car insurance is a luxury, then man, I better cancel that stuff right now because I can't afford any luxuries. So I just started, being able to pay bill after bill, y'all. And I decided at that time, I remember thinking, okay, I'm going to go all in with this. This is a no-brainer. And I started reaching out to people on Facebook, and that's how I kind of built my business. Within 10 months of staying consistent through every single obstacle, because we didn't have everything set up perfectly now the way things are. Things weren't set up the way they are back then, the way they are now, they weren't set up back then. So through every obstacle, I kept going. And at 10 months into my business is when I reached a level of emerald. So I started, during this whole process, side note, I started dating a guy, which is now my husband. And at that point, he knew that I was miserable where I was at work. And he knew that, you know, it was the kind of job where if your kid was sick, they were going to treat you like crap for a whole 2 weeks after because you had to miss work to take care of your kid, but you didn't have any other options, you know? So at that point, I remember I brought home my check, and I can't really say how much it was, but it was a lot of money that I never even, I didn't even sleep that night because I was like, is this really, you know, it was my first 5-digit check, my first 5-digit monthly check. And so my fiance looks at me and he says, you're miserable where you are, quit your job. You're making 5 times the monthly income, over 5 times the monthly income of where you're at right now. Quit your job. And it took me about a month to work up the nerve to do that because, I'd always worked, you know, I had always worked. This company was new. Even my dad, who had paid for me to get into this business, my family thought I was crazy. Everybody thought I was crazy for, you know, but at that time, I just had this huge belief in Plexus, that Plexus was not done and Plexus was going to grow, you know, really big and really successful. Now, this is, like I said, this is in May of 2012 is when I finally worked up the nerve and quit my job. And I've been home ever since. About 6 months later, my income continued to grow. And I looked at he was still my fiance at the time. And I said, okay, Roland, it's your turn now. Cause he was working in the chemical plants. And so I was like, okay, it's your turn. You quit your job. So he did the same, and he's been home ever since then. So that was around November of 2012. So since then, we have been a retired family, you know, we have a little girl. She's probably going to come running in here any minute because she's going to hear me talking. She's going to want to see who I'm talking to. But we have a little girl, and we get to stay home together with her. We get to see every milestone, everything we get to do together. We get to wake up in the morning, go fishing if we want to. We get to, you know, just live a simple life that we choose to live. And guys, that's what we live. I'm a diamond ambassador, but I truly do not live like a diamond ambassador. I live a very simple life. You know, the biggest thing that I'm thankful for with being a diamond ambassador is the income. And not because of the income itself. It's because of what the income provides. The income lets me take trips with my family. The income allows me to make tons of memories and have just so much time freedom to go to my son's school. The financial freedom to pay my bills. I never get mad about paying my bills because I'm thankful that I could pay my bills. And so it's more about what the financial side of this provides. And it is crazy, insane money. You know, it allows me to create a future for my kids. I could save for retirement, even though I'm already retired. I could save for that. I could do their college fund. I could just do so many things because of what the financial side of Plexus provides. So let's talk about the products. I don't think that we would have, actually, I know that we would not have the financial opportunity that we have if we didn't have such good products to back us. The products do what they say they're going to do, and the products are in demand. And I'm a true believer in the products because I've lost a total of 87 pounds and 65 inches within about a year and a half. Maybe a little bit over a year and a half. So I'm a huge, huge believer in the products. And then let's talk about just the opportunity in general. I mean, I feel like Plexus has given me myself back. I feel like it's given my kid his mom back. I feel like I have my confidence back. I feel like if I do, you know, all of that was taken away from me with the things that I've gone through. And I feel like my Plexus journey has just showed me that I could do anything that I put my mind to because I didn't have it. A lot of people think, oh, you're a diamond ambassador. You are successful because you must have had a lot of money. You must have had sales experience. You must have been in network marketing before. You must have a lot of friends. And I say, no, I didn't have any of that. I did not have a lot of money. I grew up with all guys, so my girlfriend circle was small. I didn't have sales experience. Actually, when I left my job, my company came to me and they said, so we know that you're doing this Plexus stuff, and because I was working at work, and we know you do really good with it. We want to move you to our sales department. Like they wanted me to move to their sales department. And that's when I decided, like, I'm not going to let them train me for another position when I'm not even, I'm trying to work my way out of here. So that's when I, worked up the nerve to put in my notice. We recently bought a gym. And so we bought a gym, and it made us realize how much we appreciated our time freedom. So we decided to sell the gym now. So many things, guys. It's not even about the things. It's about what this opportunity can provide. Because I told y'all, we live a simple life. I still look at price tags. I'm not a big crazy spender. We live so simple, but I get so excited when I can bring my kids to the movies and spend the day with them because I have the time freedom and I have the financials to do that. Or when I could bring them to the water park, stuff that's not usually a big deal to people. But I know when I started this journey and I thought, started to become successful with it, I knew that I was going to never, ever, ever take any of the small things for granted. And that's what I live by every day in this journey. So, you want me to share some tips, Angie? You could shake your head, yeah. Okay.
I was trying to find the unmute button.
Huh?
We would love that. I would love that.
Okay. So I just actually had a conversation with somebody came to me a while ago, and we were talking, and they were saying, I don't have upline support, and I don't have this, and I don't have money to do specials, and I don't have money to do contests. And I told her none of that is what made me a diamond ambassador. What made me a diamond ambassador, what made me successful in this business is when I had a talk with myself and I said, I am going to do this. I am going to go all in. I am going to be consistent and be all in no matter what obstacles I face along my journey. Because here's the truth. You will have so many obstacles along your journey to get to where you want to be. That's life. How you react and if you continue to go is what is going to make you or break you. My number one tip is just being consistent with your products. If you do not take your products and believe in your products, then people see straight through you, whether you think they do or whether you don't. They see straight through you. They know if you believe in our products and in our company. So your belief in the products and your consistency with taking the products. You're going to decide how you're going to grow your business. Are you going to grow your business on Facebook? If so, you have to be consistent with inviting and sharing the products and the opportunity. Don't be scared to share the opportunity. Be consistent. People are watching you and people are waiting to see if you're going to fail or if you're going to keep going. People like to see other people fail. They don't want to see them doing better. But they're going to say, okay, is Angie being consistent or is she just going to post once a week? Is she really believe in this opportunity or is she just trying to make money off of me? That's what people think. So you have to show them that you have hardcore belief in the products and the opportunity and that you're going to stay consistent, posting on Facebook and reaching out. You can only get so far by posting on Facebook. You can't post on Facebook and say, I hope people message me. I hope people comment. Reach out to people. Not everybody's going to see your Facebook post. Reach out to people. And when you are posting on Facebook, keep your postings interesting, relatable, personable. People want to relate to you. People are your friend on Facebook. They like you. They relate to you. Share your journey. I always say use your Facebook as like a business journey diary, like a diary. What's going on in your journey of Plexus. People want to see personal stuff. We love that Angie's successful and has great results, but your friends don't know Angie. They know you. They want to see your personal experience with the products and the business. And just consistently try to better yourself. Read a personal development book. Read about, different skills that you can improve on. The people at the top of the company have just talked to more people than you. And you go through, the diamonds and emeralds and sapphires, they've talked to more people and they didn't have 100% success with every person they talked to. They just kept going and kept going and kept going until they might have talked to 100 people before they got 2 people to join the company. So how many people are you talking to? Don't talk to 3 people and think, I'm about to have 3 people sign up. or purchase. Talk to 100 people and you might have 3 people or 4 people sign up. And the better you get and the more confident you get and the more belief you have, you might talk to 100 more people and get 10 people out of those 100 to join. So constantly, know your ratio and talk to more and more and more people. If you want to build a successful business, you have to have customers, you have to sponsor, you have to be consistent.
Okay, so I absolutely love your testimony. And I don't really think that I've heard it before, but like I can hear the passion and like in belief in your voice, and it is absolutely incredible. And I love how you shared that when you started, that you were working 2 to 3 jobs, you were a single mom, you borrowed money, you had low confidence, you didn't have sales experience, because I feel like those are all things that everyone struggles with. No confidence, no money, no experience, that you overcame that. And I love how you share that even though, you may not have an upline, you may not have, like whatever supporting you, you just have to make a decision and you just have to dive in there and do it for you. Because I always tell my team, I'm not your boss. Your upline's not your boss. Like, this is your personal business and you need to be responsible. And if you want to be successful, you have no one else to blame but yourself. So I love all of that you shared. And a question for you. So, how did you grow and gain your influence?
Confidence. I put on my confident face, even though inside I wasn't confident. I've decided okay, I didn't have an upline. I still don't have an upline. So if you do, and you have Angie or whoever your sponsor is or whatever, just be thankful for that, because it doesn't make or break your business, but it's fun to have somebody to work with. But I remember I said, okay, you know what? I'm doing this. I'm all in. I'm going to have my own meeting. So I went to the back office. We had a resource center in our very first back office. And I printed out all the stuff for all the different products. I invited people to my house and said, I'm having a meeting. And I just put on a confident face, even when I did not have the confidence in myself. I said, and I think it just came from my belief in the business. I got to meet Taro and I know their hearts, and I knew that the products were working. So I just and then I also added friends on Facebook. I didn't have a big audience, so I went and I would find my uncle and I would add some of his friends to my Facebook page and people I knew, and I just increased my Facebook audience so that I had more people reading what I was going to talk about, and then started reaching out to people. So that's how I kind of expanded my audience of people, is really by just adding people on Facebook and asking for referrals and putting out flyers, because I never had the confidence to talk to people. I wasn't the one who would go into a restaurant and just go up to somebody and talk to them. That's something that I got better and better with over time, that I still work on today as a Diamond Ambassador. I'm not good at face-to-face, bring plexus into a conversation. It's something I work on all the time. But I stayed consistent with building my audience and, and talking to people on Facebook and showing more people what I had to say.
So tell me about, you've been with the company how many years?
This month on the 20th, makes 5.5 years.
So, I think that's incredible. And I definitely think you have so much to learn from. So tell me about your longevity with the company, and maybe how you've overcome some hurdles along the way.
You just have to, so we've gone through lots of things. We've gone through product change. We've gone through back office things. We've gone through people leaving to go to other companies. You just have to lock arms with the people that you have and that are sticking around, and you have to just keep going forward. You're going to lose people. That's why it's important to never stop sponsoring. People are going to come in, people are going to go out. You have to continue to sponsor within your business so that you're bringing in new people that are going to work the business and bring in new excitement. You kind of just have to, keep looking forward. With anything, if I have a regular job, they're going to have obstacles, but I'm never going to make the kind of money or have the time freedom that I have in that regular job. So why not put your blinders on and look forward when you're working for something for yourself that can give your life so much freedom.
Yes, absolutely. And okay, so someone just asked me a question.
Okay.
What is your daily method of operation?
So it kind of looks different. I think your daily method of operations looks different the longer you're in the company, the more you rank up, but normally on a daily basis, I wake up and I read my affirmations. I used to have them written on the side of my bed. Now I have them written on my mirror. I read my affirmations. I try to read my Bible study a little bit, just because I think that those two things get me started for the day. They help me to be in a positive, happy mood for the day. And then it just depends. It depends on the day. What I try to do is I try to sit down on Sunday evening and make me a to-do list for the week. So my daily activity every day is going to be different. But if I sit down on a Sunday and I kind of know what I have to do for the week, like, okay, I need to follow up with this person, this person, this person. I need to message all of my downline or message all of my level ones to see where they are with the promotion. I need to read my personal development book. I need to reach out to 2 people. I need to make my post on Facebook or set up my post on Facebook for the next couple days. So every day it's going to look different. I think I did a list of daily activities. Hold on, and I'll share it with y'all. Like different things that you can do on a daily basis that could build your business. Let's see. Give me 2 seconds. I just made a post about this not long ago. Oh, so I put how to grow your business. Action. Action is what grows your business. So take the products, talk to people, post on Facebook daily, sign new business partners, get new customers, read a personal development book, reach out to people, 3-way calls with potentials. I'll send this to you, Angie. Call with new ambassadors to help them start strong, sign new business partners, follow up with prospects, coach your team, recognize your team, increase your Facebook friends list, check on your customers, sign new business partners again, more 3-way calls, and then repeat. So those are kind of some things that you could do. And I could send those to Angie. She could post. And then I just put people in top positions are there because of these consistent daily activities. Treat your business like a hobby, get hobby pay. Treat it like a business and you'll get incredible business pay. And then it's like that daily action stack paper. I don't know if you have it, Angie, but I could send it to you if not. I try to do a lot of 3-way calls with my team. I offer this to like my level 1 through 3 because, of course, you have to draw a line. I have a huge team. I have over 300,000 people on my team. So you have to draw a line of where, a level. Your focus should be, and I don't mean like, hey, cut off your levels 4 through, whatever, but your main focus you're pouring into should be on your level 1 through 3 because then it should trickle down. Those people's focus should be on their level 1 through 3. As much as I love to help a level 15, I can help them, but my focus has to be on my 1 through 3 because that's where this is business. That's your business. That's your strong point. You're eventually, when you build your business, going to get very deep. And if I focus on my 8 through 12, then my business is just going to go straight like that because, you have to get to where the meat of your business is. So I offer a lot of 3-way calls and I was reading somebody in the chat. I offer a lot of 3-way calls. If you sign somebody up, it's not your job to do it for them, but it's your job to get them off to a good start, okay? So I like to do 3-way success calls with anybody who joins on my level 1 through 3. Let's find out their goals. Let's help them with a plan of action because people want direction. Not every person you sign is going to be a self-starter. People want direction. They want you to tell them what to do. Okay, you have a goal of doing this. Well, you have to do this. Start making your list. You're brand new? Okay, make your list of people that you know, everybody that you know. Let's start reaching out to them. Let's do 3-way calls. 3-way calls are a huge, huge hit. I offer three-way calls to my level 1 through 3 with any potentials that they have, and we share stories. And I tell you what, we probably have about a 95% success rate with people jumping on board. If we can get them on a three-way call, they're going to jump on board. Three-way chats. And then after they sign up, these three-way success calls to get them started strong, because like I said, they need direction. They need to know what steps to take. So be their support system to get them started strong, because the faster that you can help somebody earn a check on your team, even if it's a $50 check, the faster you can help them to earn a check, the more invested they will be into making this work.
So that was like the next question. It led into so she's just saying that she's never even taken the products before. So what are some first step ideas into growing her business? Probably I'm thinking that's what she means.
I would say, do you have products on the way?
She probably does. So, I think a lot of what you were saying is go ahead, do that, maybe like a three-way call with their upline.
Mm-hmm. I would ask your upline and maybe their upline to get on a three-way call with you, Chris, and I would work, let them know what your plan is and what your goal is. And then they can kind of give you ideas of the steps to take to build your business, which when I do the three-way calls, it's normally like, okay, what are your goals? What do you want to accomplish? And then who do you know? So one is you're going to need to make a post telling people what you're doing. And it's a good post to make once you have your products in your hand. You don't have to have a huge testimony to start sharing. You could share your story as you go of how you feel, how's your energy, how's your sleep, how's your cravings. You could share all that. It doesn't just have to be weight loss in this huge story. Start making a list, and don't be scared to tell people what you're doing. After you make a list of at least 50 to 100 people, start reaching out to people. Hey, hey, Angie, I recently partnered with a health and wellness company that I believe in because I've seen my friend getting results with the products. I'm looking for people who want to do the products with me, who want to come on, lock arms and come on this journey with me. Something simple, simple, generic. Start messaging people. Start talking to the people that trust you about what you're doing and see who's going to join you.
I'll just share real quick. When I started, I just got a 7-day trial, and then it was 2 months later when I decided to join. And so I did not have any product that I started posting immediately because I had to borrow money from my kid, and I had that, I had to pay back that money. So I had that instant, I have to do this. Whatever my upline tells me to do, if you don't have your upline, reach out to someone above them, reach out to a sideline. But I just went in and I made enough money to cover my products before I even got my products.
Yeah.
So just because you're brand new, don't be afraid to just jump in there and go for it. Start posting on Facebook. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are so many other successful people on our team that have paved the way for you. So hop on YouTube, follow successful people. I like to follow the leaderboard that comes out every week, and I find people that are on there and I see what they're doing. So just my best thing is just dive in there and get started.
Yeah.
So I am going to wrap this up because we are slowly approaching our time. And I just want to thank you, Alicen. I absolutely adore you. I love how real you are, how relatable you are, and how passionate you are about this business. And I am so honored to have you as an upline because you are just such a huge inspiration to me and so many on our team. So thank you so much for taking the time out to be with us today. And then I will share later. I will post this call, and then I will also share with y'all what Alicen said that she would share with me later about getting started, a daily method of operation. So thank you all for taking the time out to get on this call, and I hope that you all have a great day today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.